Remember just a couple years ago here in Asheville when the townsfolk were just torn asunder over the aggression of our state legislature imposing district elections for our city council. The fervor at the time, way back in 2018, was that our at-large election system here in Asheville, it's ours, and we want it that way. We had a referendum saying we want to have it that way, and we were not going to allow the North Carolina legislature to enforce this on us, which they did with Senate Bill 813 in 2018. It was a big deal. Senate Bill 813 is an attack on Asheville by one of the most racist General Assemblies there is, according to
Darlene Azarmi,
saying that she was from the local NAACP.
I am here representing Democracy North Carolina and the Asheville-Buncombe NAACP.
Darlene Azarmi, at the time a 29-year-old white lady who lived in Swannanoa, was coming in telling us that Senate Bill 813 was the result of one of the most racist...
We're talking about marching orders that were given down by arguably the most racist General Assembly in the United States.
Senate Bill 813 was passed unanimously by the Senate, including 14 Democrats. 9 of them were black. I've talked about that a whole bunch of times. What nobody mentioned then, including myself, was that the creation of our at-large system to begin with happened in 1931 by way of Senate Bill 395, which was sponsored by our Buncombe County Senator Silas Garrett Bernard, son of a Confederate soldier. Silas Garrett Bernard went on to become the president of the North Carolina Bar Association. He sponsored Senate Bill 395 and 394. Senate Bill 394 put the Asheville Police Department and the Asheville Fire Department under civil services. Senate Bill 395, a bill to incorporate the city of Asheville, to define its corporate limits, to provide for its government, and for other purposes, referred to the Committee on Counties, Cities, and Towns. That's from the Senate book of all the stuff that happened in 1931. 1931 was also the year that North Carolina elected our very first female senator. Now I gotta go back a whole bunch of times to find out what that lady's name was. Anyway, Senator that lady was the president of the North Carolina chapter of the Daughters of the Confederacy from 1928 to 1930, and then was elected to the North Carolina Senate 1931. Conservative Democrat. That's what was going on in 1931. That's how the city of Asheville's beloved, our at-large system that we're fighting to preserve against a supposedly racist 2018 General Assembly. We were fighting desperately to preserve our 1931 original version brought to us by Senator Silas Garrett Bernard, son of Benjamin Franklin Bernard, fought in the Confederacy, which, I don't know, maybe he was just like he was whipped into doing it and whatnot. But I doubt it. In Senate Bill 395, which called for all of this stuff, I haven't read the actual bill, but that's the list of the things that happened in 1931, who sponsored all the bills and such. In that bill, because of the language found in the Board of Aldermen's minutes, the Board of Commissioners minutes in 1931 Asheville, I guess there is a little bit of a difference between Senate Bill 395 in 1931 and Senate Bill 813 in 2018, in that the old one did make us have a referendum to see whether or not we wanted to keep our Board of Commissioners system or go to the City Council at-large voting systems. The townsfolk in Asheville at the time voted overwhelmingly to accept the requirements and the mandate of Senate Bill 395. That included this election and the creation of a municipal board of electors or elections. On that board, there were 3 people: J.T. Seaver, William Coleman, who's the person I want to talk about, and not Sarah Gudger, another Gudger, not of the descendant of slaves. This can't remember what his first name was. Gudger, Seaver, and Coleman in 1931. In 1937, William Coleman was the Loan Services Field Representative for the Homeowners Loan Corporation, which basically was doling out money to some people and not to others. It's the redlining situation going on back there. You can go to the City of Asheville's Department of Equity GIS mapping and see some of the comments that were made by William Coleman in his 1937 H-Lock reports. Great majority turned into tourist homes by owners, increase income, or being purchased by others for this purpose. Montford Avenue, formerly one of best residential streets in the city, Flint and Cumberland, also good residential streets, but bordering rooming houses and some other stuff. Anyway, there's other places where he's talking about the infiltration of Negroes and how that was a deleterious effect on the neighborhoods. William Coleman, who's over here talking about how Montford Avenue was one of the nicest streets in the city, he lived on Montford Avenue, and that is the location of our Chamber of Commerce today. All things ironic. The location of our Chamber of Commerce is on the home site of William Coleman, who was redlining Asheville in 1937 and was on the municipal board of elections in 1931 per the racist North Carolina General Assembly of 1931 that created our at-large system that we still use today, that was renewed by Asheville City Council in 2019. That's how woke we are. As we're about to take down the Vance Monument, and Asheville's making this big splash about our reparations. Please, for the love of God, this is like sending a message out in a bottle, or I'm blinking like a hostage note here in Asheville to somebody in the outside world press. Come look at the irony of what the 2019 City Council did. It's just amazing that we voted to overturn our brand new district election system in the city of Asheville with a dwindling black population here, and used a false narrative that this was coming by way of a racist General Assembly to disenfranchise black voting in Asheville. It was complete bunk. And the derivation of the word debunk, the bunk in debunk, truly comes from Buncombe County. We could do a whole other thing on that some other time, but Debunking something in Buncombe County is one of the most frustrating things that one can do. Sisyphus, all of that stuff. Jimmy trying to get his Camaro fixed and push it up that hill. It is just beating my head against the wall. But that's what I do. Some people like to build a little ship in a bottle, and I like to chase city council around with their hypocrisy over choosing an at-large election system in the year 2019 and upholding a racist Jim Crow 1931 creation. That's what Asheville did. We renewed our 1931 Southern racist election system because we're that woke. We're that woke here.
It's mind-blowing to me that there has been silence this long on this issue.
That's what's going on. I just had to rant about that as I'm looking further and further into the history, figuring out what's going on at the time something happened, what was happening with the erection of our Vance Monument. When did that happen? Why did it happen? And all that kind of stuff. When did we create our at-large election system again? 1931.
People don't know these things.